Hello, hello, hello. I'm not going to say good evening because there's nobody watching yet. And, well, to be honest, I am competing with an old firm derby tonight. And obviously, you don't want to say good evening to people who are watching this on the playback in early morning, whatever. What am I talking about, really? So, yeah, thought I would do a little bit of a stream tonight, just a quick one. Um, what was I going to say? Just a quick one because I got a track order delivered today, and I thought I'd crack open a couple of low ABV beers. It's a bit hectic in the house today. Hopefully, you don't hear too much noise outside. And yeah, I just needed a bit of a loose end, really. Just needed something to distract myself and keep myself occupied, if I'm being brutally honest. But good evening, Adam. A pin PayPal post. You need to visit that clinic in Liverpool. Do you know what? I'm at that point now where I'm not going to ask people, but I have been creating content on YouTube for like over 10 years. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, if people want to support the channel, they're more than welcome to. So, pinned comment. Basically, because I'm a scrubber, really. That's the grand scheme of things. But yeah, any contributions, of course, always greatly appreciated. And if that's not enough to put you off the channel, I don't know what is. But yeah, been a bit of a wank week so far. It's going to get very much better though on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because I'm going to be meeting up with Adam. But I'm point. I don't know if the comments did. No, the comments will show down there, won't they? Meeting up with Adam, Mersey Beers, Harry, Blue Nose Beer Reviews, Rob, Hop Scene, and Stuart, Ginge Real Ale Trail for a Liverpool jaunt. I was going to be meeting up with Adam and Harry tomorrow evening for, I'd imagine it'd be a little bit of a bottle share, but unfortunately something's come up with family. Um, Nothing serious, just having to look after someone for these next 2 days. But yes, that's it's a no so far, but that's still up in the air. But yeah, definitely looking forward to the weekend, mate. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me, um, but I think I need it. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I am saving my tip for Friday, just the tip, because you're a true gentleman, Adam, and I'll always hold you in such high regard for your uh, attitude and your what the just shut up. Good evening, Goldrake. How you been? I've not been too bad. It's been a testing few weeks. Not gonna lie. Made a big step with something which it's not for to be going on about on YouTube or anything like that. I think I did way too much of that sort of stuff last year, to be fair. But yeah, so some big things are happening. Just sort of reassessing, really, and we shall see. But yeah, this week has been a bit of a strange one so far. But aside from that, in the words of Elton John, I'm still standing. Even though some days I just want to fucking stay in bed and sleep. Do you know what I mean? Bit of a funk, if you will. But yeah, hope you're doing well, my good friend. I know you've been going through some stuff yourself, but brighter days are hopefully coming um, for a lot of people. And yeah, In the words of Seaside Mark, every day we're above ground. It's a great day. Every day above ground is a good day. Every day above ground. I can't remember saying he's not. I've not heard him say that for a while. But yeah, quickly read the comments before we get into this. You're missing out hop kettle ales, including a wheat wine, Handyman Verse Chapter Impy Bomber, Malt Garden Impy, and a River Barley wine. Let's see. It does sound good. Like I said, it was pretty much a hard no when I messaged the group earlier, but I'm going to see if I can just. We'll see. We'll see. But that does sound like quite a lineup. We've got Jagman. Evening, Jagman. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Evening, people. Peter, what do you think of Frank as the new Everton manager? Do you know what? I'm actually quite excited for it. It's going to be a really big challenge for him. I don't think the club's in a good position at all. You could get anyone in really, and they've got more than more than a challenge on their hands. But good track record with Chelsea and Derby. He's a student of the game. Hate when people use that term, but it is what it is. And so I'm very, very interested to see how it goes. I don't think Everton will even be fighting for relegation. I don't think it's going to get that bad, but there's definitely a lot of work to be done. And I think Frank Lampard's a good option, to be honest. And I was very happy that we've signed Dele Alli as well, which I prophesized by the way of FIFA 2021. This is all bullshit. Don't take this seriously. But remember back in the day, PES, long before PSG became the powerhouse that they were, I take the humble Paris Saint-Germain and probably on really low difficulty on PES. I take them to Withering Heights, and then lo and behold, a couple of years after that, who becomes the dominant force of football? Paris Saint-Germain. And on my current FIFA career, under the guise of Pietro Diodotto, who took Venezia up to, they won the Champions League. Again, probably difficulty was a bit low on FIFA, but before he even did that, Venezia starting to get a bit more prominence in Serie A. Not the greatest results for them this season, but again, I prophesized it, and now my team, Jan Regensburg, a few weeks ago, because I was like, there was all the talk about Dele Alli, and I think he's been wrote off by a lot of people for no good reason. And I thought, Joe, I'm going to sign him. Signed Lingard as well, and they've completely changed the dynamic of my Regensburg team. So I would have happily taken Lingard as well, but it seems like he's under the stranglehold of Man United. I don't know the full details of that, but yeah, very happy with Frank Lampard taking the reins, and I think Dele Alli, especially for me, is a good signing. So we shall see. And he actually seems like he's really up for it as well. You know, when you get those new players join the club and then like interviewed by like Man United TV or whatever, the football clubs like on social media, I'm like, yeah, I'm really looking forward. Seem like they're a great bunch of guys. Can't wait. That you know they're just saying that because they're new at the club, but there's a real sincerity to Dele Alli. I'm talking more about Dele Alli than Frank Lampard. The only thing that annoys me about Dele Alli is, has he become a rap artist with his hair, like all tattoos? He's like Takeshi, whatever number he is. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, I think it's a good appointment. It'll definitely help steer us in the right direction, I would say. Sounds similar to what I'm going through, so Gold Drake. Well, got to stand together, bud. Good evening, Silver Mallard. Adam also says, Fat Frank. Thanks, mate. I'm getting better now. Thanks to my girlfriend and mates. It's those simple things in life that really do make a difference, I would say. Very true. You got Danny Van Beek, I reckon. Yeah, Van der Beek, I think he's going to do. I think they're two good signings, but, you know, if you listen to people like Simon Jordan, just completely like, I don't know. I like Simon Jordan. But yeah, I think we're going to do. I think we're going to do okay. We'll see it through the rest of the season. I think. I don't like Everton, but that Dele Alli signing shows shades of his wheeler dealer Uncle Harry. Makes sense. It just seems like a. I think Everton would be a good platform to give him another chance, really. And Pez was the get. It certainly was. It's oh god, they've stopped making Pez now, haven't they? And they've gone to that like free to play football where all the character models look janky as fuck. But yeah, FIFA 21 don't need to upgrade to FIFA 22 because it's basically the same game as was FIFA 20 to FIFA 21. It's just that money, and then especially with like Ultimate Team as well. Jesus Christ, I'm glad I don't get involved in that side of things with FIFA. No drinking today for me. Trying to cut down. Been drinking way too much recently. I've not had a beer since Sunday. Good for you, my friend. Yeah, I think my alcohol consumption's been. I've not been like drinking to excess, but you know that order of brew by numbers beers that Adam kindly dropped off for me. Pretty much all gone. I've just got the barrel aged imperial stout and another can of imperial stout, I think. And then I've got the that Adnams Thornbridge can. Everything else has been drank. Um, I rarely need to stop buying beer then drinking it within days, but never drinking too much though. No drink yet. Already addressed that. So did a bit of an order with Track, inspired by my visit last week or the week before with Rob from Hopsy. And I'm not sure if that video's been uploaded. I've not really. I get like at least less than 10% of the videos of the people I'm subscribed to showing up on my feed. So I'm not sure if Rob's uploaded or edited his track video. But that was a great day. Like I said, I think I've said it a couple of times now, 'cause I think I've done a couple of streams since then. It was like the perfect time to be at Track because every beer that you'd want to try from their current selection was there. There was fresh stuff on tap. The space itself, I know Harry from Blue Nose will just say, oh, they've just ripped off there. I think it's a great space. It's got this proper like retro vibe about it. Does Track Tap Room. Fortunately, the lovely Katie wasn't working that day, and it seems that they've stopped the pies, which I was very much looking forward to. Although I can't remember what that pizza place is called now, which is in Common. Oh my god! But yeah, you could get pizzas directly delivered. So yeah, and while I was there, I'd seen this sweatshirt hung up on the wall, and I'd every intention of buying one with a few cans. Just end up buying a few cans. So the main reason why I've done a Track order is basically, well, I got a 15% off discount as a thank you for being buying loads of Track beer over the past 2 years. Even though I think they were doing a 15% off until January anyway, but I think that was just on beer if you spent over 30 quid. And I thought the sweatshirt was on sale, got an additional 15% off it. And yeah, it's a bit of a bold colour though, with it's like a mustardy yellow, which is never usually a flattering colour for someone of my size, as the larger craft beer drinker will know. It's a little bit apprehensive because I did have a grey sweatshirt from Track, which is a very snug fit. It rarely is. But it seems they've seen the light and realised that not every craft beer drinker is a skinny beanpole with tattoos all over their arms and big bushy beard and vegan. So for the bigger man or woman if you want a modestly fitting piece of beer merchandise, Track have delivered. In terms of the sweatshirts, anyway. I'm not sure what the t-shirts like because I had a very snug extra large t-shirt a while ago as well, which I think I gave away. Or did I? Can't remember. I gave away loads of my old t-shirts to a woman in work because her grandson. I don't know how that arrangement happened, but it is what it is, isn't it, really? So Adam says, LOL, I have one of those Brew by Numbers beers, had number 5, that's it. I generally keep below 6% weeknights. I got that number 5 in the fridge, Citra and Sabro. Hopefully have one on Saturday. That was a really nice one, that. Manchester Pizza Pie, filth. 1 out of 5, ain't bad. Hashtag beard. So, mustard sweatshirt, risky, but then again, I am a approaching 33-year-old man with green corduroy dungarees, like I'm in fucking reception class. So, anyway, moving swiftly on. Picked up another glass just because it had a pretty design on it. Collaboration with Craft Beer Diaries. Is that the Craft Diaries? Even though I've gone on record multiple times in recent months saying I'm bored of buying glasses of this shape. I want some nice stemmed glassware. But yeah, nice glass. And then I picked up a 6-pack of 3 cans of Sonoma. Arguably the best pale ale. Core range pale ale, I should say. And then I picked up the Tuya table beer, Citra and Mosaic. Now, I can't remember if me and Rob drank this while we were at Track itself. If that was one of them. But yeah, so I got a 6-pack just to make it a worthy purchase more than anything else. Disaronno I'm on tonight says Albert Einstein. Well, geniuses do have sophisticated tastes, I suppose. Good stuff, Albert. He's a wise man. He was a wise man and an even better drinker. So I thought I'd just casually open these. I've drank this plenty of times. One of the best mini kegs I've ever bought as well. It tastes good on tap. It tastes good on cask. It tastes good in a can. It tastes good in mini keg. It just tastes wonderfully good. And yeah, so I won't be really doing a review as such. It's just I'm bored. Really, quite frankly, bored. So I thought I might as well do this. Although if I waited until tomorrow, well, mind you, I might be in Liverpool anyway. We shall see. But I might have just done like a cheeky little live stream tomorrow because I'd have been depressed that I wouldn't be able to be sandwiched in between Adam and Harry. You might see me with some new spectacles because I've ordered a couple of pairs of glasses and they're going to be delivered tomorrow. There's a pair that'll make me look like a very sophisticated nonce, and there's a pair that will make me look like not even a Poundland Michael Caine. But it is what it is. You've got to have a unique style, I suppose. Surprised you're not on the Scotch, Albert. Scotch will be later. Disaronno and a Chinese whilst waiting on Jimmy O at 9. I may make an appearance on that. I've been going on Jimmy O streams the last couple of nights. That one we did the other night was a good one until we all ends up doing impressions of Brian Sewell, who I'm very much obsessed with. Let's see. Drinking some Buffalo Trace tonight, says Thomas. Speaking of Poundland, got Poundland Jesus joining us. And then I do like Sonoma and Half Dome. Yeah, they're 2 cracking pale ales. Half Dome's always good when it's available. I'd say it's a little bit more hoppier than Sonoma, but both beers are just really damn good. And I made the realization recently that Gold Top is lactose laced beers, which makes sense because it's Gold Top, like Gold Top milk. I didn't realize that was what Track's Gold Top series was. Shows you how much I know, and it just shows you how well the lactose was incorporated in the beer. Anyway, enough rambling. I've got 2 Track glasses, for balance. And yeah, I thought I'd just jump on, review the table beer, and then just have a little chat while we drink Sonoma. But by the way, if you see any interruptions during this live stream, it is imminent that a friend from work will want to go out for a cigarette later. So I'll just keep blanking her. As you do. Oh God, that's a potent smelling beer. And yeah. Also, because I was bored, put on an accumulator today, which is not going my way at all. Stupidly put Rangers to beat Celtic, even though Celtic are massively on form at the moment. And what else? Who else did I do? I can't remember. I just can't remember. Not had the best of luck with my bets recently. Although I cashed out last night as a bet was getting tits up. Cashed out at £2. Put it on just a random late night accumulator. Woke up to find I'd won £6.48. So I thought I'll just throw that onto an accumulator tonight, which is not going my way. Yeah, mate, good to see you coming out of your shell. Definitely. I have found that going on Jimmy's streams has been really quite a helpful experience. It's just a shame Martin's not been on that much, although I think Martin will very much appreciate my new spectacles when they arrive. So, this is the table beer. It looks like cloudy lemonade on my end. It's a little bit more bold in terms of the colour on the camera. Nice one finger's worth of a foamy head. It's almost got like a lemon meringue look to it. And you can smell it from here. Table beers are, I know some people think, oh, it's just pointless. Or they just think it's pointless. I don't know. Denigrate anyone who doesn't like table beers. Oh, man. 3% ABV. Obviously, you can have big smelling low alcohol beers. You've always been able to have that. But, I think low ABV stuff, even though I can't be asked that Mash Gang. I'm sure they're really nice beers, but I don't want to pay that amount of money for less alcohol, if that makes sense. Even though there's just as much time and care and probably a little bit more effort into it to get that low ABV. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I like the artwork on them, and they have collaborated with some great breweries. Oh man, but this is smelling absolutely bang on. Lemon curd, a little hint of watermelon. There's a slight berry-like aroma coming through. A little hint of a tropical element. Some nice sweetness also. Smelling really damn nice. So, without any further ado, let's give it a taste. And to whatever you're drinking while watching this, cheers. I would say, in a general sort of sense, you're getting a bit more from the nose than you are from the flavour. That's not to say it's flavourless by any stretch. The body is as you'd expect it to be. It's light, it's crisp, well carbonated. It's got like sort of a blend of lemon and key lime pie almost. There's a tanginess to this. There are some slight berry tropical undertones there as well. But to me, the Citra is just shining in this one. It's still a really flavoursome beer, don't get me wrong, but like you're pretty much always 9 times out of 10 going to get a bigger aroma than a bigger flavour. But this is by far, a weak tasting beer. Yeah, you could just sink can after can, pint after pint, 2/3 after 2/3. It's just one of those. I'm not a summer person because skin, but this is just crying out to be enjoyed outside and it's warm. Do you know what I mean? Because it is like adult lemonade. Not really that sweet. There is a little bit of sweetness there. What percent is that? I used to use beer 52 for deliveries. It's 3%. So I mean, you'd have to drink a lot to get on your merry way. Which I could think of worse beers that you'd have to drink a lot of. But it just goes to show that lower ABVs don't have to be boring. And I know I just went on about Mash Gang a little while ago. But I don't know, there's just like these things that pop up like Mash Gang and like thick sauce. I don't know, I don't know why. I'm just irrationally, my eyes are irrationally rolling when I see it. But God knows what issue I have there. Because people involved could be, fucking amazing people, but I don't know. It's just the way I'm wired. But that's good. That's lovely. If you like your table beers, then you're going to enjoy that. Obviously, with it having that mosaic in there, it does kind of remind me of another fantastic table beer, the New Barnes Mosaic table beer. But the Citra, one of my all-time favourite hops, just adds that little bit more zing to it. But yeah, Beer 52, I've not used Beer 52 for a while. I think I put it on pause for a few months, and that pause might be getting on pause soon. I can't remember. I don't know, I just used to get quite annoyed with the selection sometimes. Especially when it's the contract brewed stuff, which never tastes as good. And you can call bullshit. So, well, it's the same recipe. No, it's not. It's not. When they had those carnival beers in that Beer 52 box that were brewed in De Prof, you could completely taste difference. Like that, it's like the cocoa shake or something like that. Can't remember the name. Drink that directly from Carnival, who I'm very much looking forward to having a few beers at Carnival in the next few days. You'll have a completely different experience with that stuff that was from De Prof. I had to think then for a second. Urban Shaky, yeah, that's the one. And good evening, Craig. Hope you're doing well. I was supposed to be next week having a bit of a trip to London and was hopefully going to meet up with Craig, but then my credit card balance appeared. And I was like, no, I can't justify a weekend in London. Even though the travel and the accommodation was dirt cheap. It was like, at first it was like less than 300 quid for a couple of nights in a hotel with me train there and back. And then I put it off for a little bit because there someone else I was going to be meeting up with, but they didn't know if they were going to be free. And it was a bit up in the air with Craig anyway at that time. So I thought I'll put it off for a little bit, and then do you know what? I'll have a look, and it was like just over 200 quid in a better looking hotel in a more centralised location, and it was like about 80 quid cheaper. But I was like, no, I can't justify spending. It would be the spends while I'm in London, to be fair, because I was planning on using my credit card to pay for the hotel and train. But I was like, no, you've spent way too much. You need to pay a lot of that back because my 17 months of interest-free credit. Um, I mean, I'm nowhere near that yet, but yeah, I don't like the idea of paying interest when I'm only paying bits and bobs each month. But yeah, so that put me in a bit of a downer. But thankfully, this weekend, and I'm sure Craig, I will be down south sooner rather than later. And I'm sure we'll meet multiple times this year. I once had a full-on grapefruit beer, was pissed and no hunger at all. Guess it was the vitamin C's in it. I can't even that. I didn't even speak proper English then. I love a good grapefruit beer. They're hard to find now, especially with what was my favourite. Just pretty much a no-go for me. Brewdog. But yeah, I do like a good potent grapefruit beer. I love grapefruit. Don't eat grapefruit because there's not much fruit and veg that gets consumed by me if it's not in juice form or in the form of like a casserole or a pie. But yeah, those vitamins, hangover, sorted the more you drink. So the better you feel the next day, the more you drink. That's a terrible, terrible way to approach beers, by the way. Do not do that. Same with boxcar beers, the Beer 52 Ruined. They're still doing 15% off on track. Very nice. They've just released new beers as well today. I like their lagers, but I don't like the idea of a Nelson Sauvin Pilsner because I don't like Nelson Sauvin. But I think they have got a couple of new beers on. So take advantage of that 15% off. Yeah, agreed. I hope you're on the mend, mate. I've been a bit ropey this week, just a cold though. Yes, the dreaded C word. Touch wood. Is that proper wood? I don't know. Is it imitation? I don't know. But I've not actually had it yet. I must have the antibodies. I must just be superhuman, or my diet and lifestyle is that bad that COVID sort of like feels guilty and just kills itself when it gets to me. Rude. But that's really, really good. Credit card is free money. It definitely. Trust me, for a couple of months there before Christmas, I was treating it like it was free money. I was getting on top of it, and then just all of a sudden, I'm like, all those times said, I'll just put this on my credit card. I'll pay for this trip primarily with me proper card with me debit card, and then those like, oh, I'll pay for this on my credit card. It's just a small purchase. Oh, I'll pay for that. Mats up. It really, really does. One of the best yet worst things that I've done there is get a credit card. And now Halifax are offering me a second credit card because they care about people's money. Anyway, but we all know how shitty banks are, don't we? So that's that. We'll come back to that one later. And now we've got the absolute classic and arguably the best craft beer core range pale ale available now. I really must do a video like looking at specific core range beers and putting them together with different breweries because in terms of pale ale, Faith from Northern Monk had a 4-pack of that fairly recently, tasting great. Day steady rolling man. Usually good, but I'm not going to lie, the last few times I've had it, it's just been a little bit, I don't know, just not bad, but just nowhere near as good as I remember it being. Who else do a good pale ale? Maybe even something like Life and Death from Vocation. We could do the Cloudwater Pale, but last time we had the Core Range Pale, did not enjoy it. And that was before all of this, thing kicked off with Cloudwater. But yeah, I'd be interested to do a series like that, looking at different sort of brewery pale ales that are brewed regularly. Such an original idea. Still shattered, but feeling better, Jagmon. Jagmon. What a guanin. Second negative test today. Glad to hear it, Craig. Onwards and upwards indeed, Jagman. And I hope you're going to get over your cold soon, because whether it's COVID or just a small cold, is there anything worse or annoying? Because you can't get comfortable. Nothing's going to soothe it. You just feel groggy, dirty, and yeah. Even like the humblest of colds, I'm just like, I just smother me with a pillow. So yeah, the Craft Diaries. I don't know what the Craft Diaries is, but I just saw pretty illustrations on the glass, so I thought I had to buy it. Cool artwork there. I mean, it's a hop riding a skull, which is always good. So, I mean, just look at that night and day. Look how bright and like almost chalky that is compared to this. But lovely sort of golden colour. Head pretty much the same, white and soapy. Left-hand joint, sky above. Good call. Good call. I think they've also got Dream House, which is a fairly regular pale. Although I've got to say, when it comes to left-handed giant, I did make an order with them about a month or so ago. And I don't know whether it's just purely on the base of the beers that I selected, but the double IPAs tasted very samey. They were good, quality. Left-handed giant, they know how to brew beer. But I think I actually preferred the brew pub stuff than the actual left-handed giant beers. Although Woodland Creatures, the one they did with Hettitia, was just wonderful. I did intend on doing a re-review because I picked up 2 cans, but I just ended up drinking both cans, really. I like them glasses, not in your head, the beer glasses. Just wait till you see my Martin Redding glasses. But yeah, I like this shape, but I've got so many now. But I just can't stop buying them. But yeah, just looks really good, that, doesn't it? A little bit more of a reserved aroma compared to what we've got with the table beer. It's just got that like nice, soft, slightly citrusy. There's definitely a little bit more prominence in terms of a malty aroma, but it's not malty, if that makes sense. But yeah, just a little bit more softer, a little bit more reined in. But you still get a wonderful nose on that. And by the way, I'm very glad that I've still got 2 cans of this left. And after this, I'll have 2 cans, which I don't know. I might take one for Harry when we meet up because I've got a few beers for him. We shall see. Not that he needs more beer because of all the beers that he's bought just to drink outside of the beers that we're going to be drinking in Liverpool. Smells good. Let's give it a taste. Oh, man. It's just, it's not a juice bomb. You know, it's not big, bold, in your face, chewy hop character. 3.8%. The difference between the body in that and the table beer, although you expect a table beer to have a lighter body, night and day. I'd say the table beer is a little bit more hoppier. I don't want to do a direct comparison because it's pointless because they're two completely different styles, even though they're brewed by the same brewery. But man, this is just, over the years, I've moaned about cask. I've avoided cask. It just bored me. But when you try a beer like this on cask, it's just top draw. And I tell you what, I don't know how they do it, but if you get a mini keg of this, it basically tastes and feels like you're drinking it from a proper, cask hand pull. It really, really does. But again, just like the table beer, just give me a full mini keg and I'll just drink it throughout the day. Give me cans of this. It's really well priced. You get a lot of flavour for your money. It's the sort of, to coin a phrase from another northern brewery, it's the bread and butter of track. Although I really wish they would rebrew Journey to the Sun, because that was the beer that got me into track. That was an absolute stonker of a beer. Up until that point, I hadn't had much exposure to like the hazy beers that we all know nowadays. It wasn't that long ago. It's like 2017 or something like that. Or was it no, I think it was 2018 when Paul from PA Brew News visited Manchester, and my arse got absolutely pulverised. No, that didn't happen, or at least it could have happened when I was asleep. Who knows? But yeah, at track, I hadn't really had that much exposure to like hazy beers because I've not long since come back from Germany, where there were hazy IPAs being brewed, but I think like Germany was like finding its feet as the UK scene and everywhere else would have been at the time. It wasn't that long after Amazing Haze by Stig Bigots had just been released, which randomly picked up from it's like a corner shop, bottle shop in Munich, Getränkeoase, I think it's called. And that was when these hazy beers were like murky, dirty looking beers. Do you know what I mean? Like brown, like like when they're doing work on your pipes, oi oi, and you're like checking the water and it's like all brown and stuff, like proper dense, dirty hoppiness. So then being in Manchester and going to track Cloudwater and everywhere else and drinking these beers, it was like fucking hell. But yeah, it doesn't fall into like that category. I suppose it is a sort of a trendy beer because people hype it up a lot. I sort of like the way beers like Landlord had a bit of a resurgence, and cask has become a little bit more of a trendier sort of thing. It's like everything really. Beer, trends do push the market, I suppose. Let's see. Going for the Moxie Track Log Hell as well, I think 4-pack. Is that the one with is that the one that's dry hopped with Citra, the Hellers, or is that the Pilsner with Nelson? Because that Citra Hellers was gorgeous as well. They're just like standard. Hellas beer is really good. And for all their sort of like faults, even though I don't really have too much of an issue with Cloudwater, really. Um, I don't understand why people do, but they're Hellas. Cloudwater's Hellas for me. Up until like breweries like Don Zoco and New Barnes, popped up, who really champion those styles of beer. That for me is like my go-to like craft lager for the longest time. But yeah, track it. It's just Sonoma's just a good, satisfying beer for me. Never have I had a bad can, even when some cans are a little bit older than others. The consistency is there. Again, lower ABV, bags full of flavour, beautiful body to it. Um, even at that ABV, 3.8%. And it's, a bit of a weird comparison, but for me, the only time I've had a beer that's tasted really good in its various like forms. Some people might raise their eyebrows at this one, but the only time I've really had that was with Common Grounds from Magic Rock. For me, the best coffee beer, again, core range beer. Magic Rock, for better or for worse. I think Common Grounds is still a wonderful, wonderful beer. High Wire Grapefruit. We mentioned grapefruit beers before. I used to pick Elvis juice over that, but I had High Wire Grapefruit fairly recently, and revisiting that beer was just wow. Just the right amount of sweetness and genuine, you know, grapefruit flavour. But yeah, and that having it in can always good. I think I had it when I was with Rob, Stewart, and Craig at Magic Rock Tap Room. Which again, say we want about Magic Rock. Without Magic Rock, we wouldn't have this tap room culture like we have now. Because taking that American influence of the concept of a tap room, um, especially aesthetically, no tap room in the UK, whether it be Dare, Track, Left Handed Giant, whatever, would be what they are without that. So yeah, having it on keg, having it on cask, which I had at Indie Man. Probably my favourite time I've had it. Although I think I've had it on cask in Port Street, which when me and Rob were there, that was an interesting place. Because I've not really been there that much. Because it seemed, I don't know, the beer selection of the previous few times was a little bit. But it was good when me and Rob were there. And then the Kentucky grounds, which I think was it like an imperial or like a bourbon barrel aged version of it. And then I think that even the coffee that Darkwoods do with the barrel aged coffee beans, which Adam from again Mersey Beers, who helps fund the channel by just dropping off beer after beer after beer. Stuff is paid for, but then a lot of the stuff is just, yeah, I just got you this as well. It's like, oh no. But yeah, he picked me up a bag of the I think it was his missus actually who saw it. A bag of the Common Grounds coffee that Darkwoods do. A little bit out of date. Went out of date in like June last year, but man, that's some of the best coffee that I've had recently. So even in coffee form, Common Grounds is beautiful. And this sort of has that same dynamic for me with Sonoma. Oh, it's just so good. So, so good. I mean, do I really want to sacrifice a can for Harry? Or do I just be a greedy fat bastard and drink them all to myself? Even though I know I can get Sonoma cheap. any time I want to, either directly from track or whatever bottle shop. I don't know. Maybe I'll give Harry a Canada Toya as well. Which that I don't think the name said the name of the beer. We'll see. We'll see how generous I feel. Joey, yeah, that's dry hopped one with Citra. Oh no, free shopping over 60 quid. We'll have to get a glass. That's how they get you. That's how they get you. Yeah. The one, it's not a criticism, because why would it ever be a criticism? But the one criticism that I have about track is I have to spend that much to get free postage. I mean, I paid for postage on this just because I just wanted the sweatshirt and I didn't want to commit. The value of the order was nowhere near 70 quid, so I thought I'm not going to double my order just to get free delivery, although I've done that before. Although there was like a mixed pack of like 4 or 5 different beers, and it was a really good price with the discount. But by the time I actually committed to making the order, it had sold out. Such is life. It saved me a few quid, and I think the postage was only a fiver anyway, so I can live with that. But yeah, those free delivery limits, it's like a challenge, isn't it? Really, it's a challenge. But yeah, good order, sir. Good order. And I think because it's before Thursday, you'll actually get it this week as well. Because I think the last day that they dispatch is Thursdays. So you should have that on Friday. I sound like I work for them now. But anyway, I would happily take a job at track, even if it's just taking photos of the beer and getting paid pittance. There's plenty of places I can sleep rough in Manchester in the city. But anyway, so good. That's just tasting absolutely bang on. So yeah, 9:30. Just thought I'd show my face because the last few videos I've uploaded, I don't think I've put the information in the description and the title and no thumbnails. I've still got beer reviews that I need to upload, but I am trying to slow down the actual beer reviews to where it's just every 2 days or every other day, because I've just been enjoying the beers that I've been buying, really. And I can't believe I used to have this thing in the back of my head, like, oh, you've got to justify buying it by doing a review out of it. Whereas now it's just, no, you justify buying it by enjoying it. It's not slowed me down in terms of buying beer, because that's just as much of fun as the actual drinking of the beer sometimes. But yeah, very happy with those 2 beers. It was a really cheap 6-pack as well, so can't really complain at that. And yeah, so absolutely cracking table beer, Toya table beer, Citra Mosaic, and then the absolute classic Sonoma. Always good, always good. And yeah, I am a bit of a fanboy of track. I'm not going to hide that. But yeah, so happy hump day, everyone. Especially if you're getting something that relates to hump day. Work week's halfway done, which is always good. Thomas says, mate, we should do a hangout sometime soon. Been ages. We certainly do. And we need to do a film related hangout. That would be cool. I've not done any film stuff on the channel for ages. I did rewatch Irreversible the other night. A film that I've watched multiple times, and it's always like shocked me. But watching it the most recent time, I think it must be because of mindset the time I watched it, but I found that a real struggle to get through. Not because it's a bad film, it's a wonderful film. It's absolutely perfect piece of French filmmaking. And aside from Climax, I think it's Gaspar Noé's best film. But yeah, it's a rough experience, and it just sort of like really got to me, which is what I love with transgressive films like that. I want to be effective, but yeah, so I might do a bit of a live stream on that. That'd be a good one to discuss, or maybe discuss that and Climax, because Gaspar Noé is a great director. Yes, film will be good. We'll have to get that arranged, because I've not even really been watching many films aside from that. I was going to pick up the limited edition Blu-ray of Censor, which I haven't got round to. I'll probably see how much money I've got after this weekend to see if I can justify paying 30 quid for a film. Well, I don't know. I don't even know if it's 30 quid. I don't know where I pulled that. I haven't seen how much it costs. But it's from Indicator, so they put really nice amount of time and effort into their releases. Because I really want to watch it and watch it in as like a double feature with Barbarian Sound Studio, because they both seem to be quite similar in terms of themes, like descent into madness and that sort of stuff. Anyway, we won't talk about films now. We'll wrap this up. But Thomas, very much we need to do a stream on films, because I need to get back into it. For some reason, I've just not fallen out of love with films. It's just I got a Francois Truffaut box set of Nouvelle Vague films, and I've watched one of them. Yeah, I don't know why I've not been in a film watching mood. Really, you know where to find me. I certainly do, Thomas. You're only a short plane ride away. Don't you forget it, sir. And Paul for Peerbury News joins us just as I'm about to leave, because he just doesn't give a flying fuck about me as a person, does he? Evening Paul or afternoon Paul. Just about to end the live stream. Again, someone else. We need to talk about films with Paul, because I really enjoyed our Suspiria stream. Mate, lately I'm just watching stupid trash, really. Do you know what? I think I'm just watching YouTube videos. I'm just spending free time watching YouTube videos. Watched many of the folk horror I got. Zero fucks given. Oh, is that from that box set, which has got loads of films? Did you watch the documentary about folk horror? I got a night of Cloudwater and friends at my local beer gorilla next Wednesday. Oh, that'll be cool. Are they Are they actually there at Beer Gorilla, or is it just they've got Cloudwater beers on? I still think Cloudwater are a fantastic brewery. I don't have those same issues, which are, I understand them, but I don't have those same issues that some people, especially people who are now, have with Cloudwater. But I can see their point. But yeah, their beers are still always good. Even my dude, you like the Metallica covers? I only like Idols, Biffy, and the Chats covers, to be honest. You mentioned Idols, Brett. Do not mention Idols ever again, because they're a fucking shit band. But I love you, Brett. I'm just joking. Okay, I'm not a huge horror fan, but I know Paul is, so maybe a chat about the classic Alien. That sounds good. That sounds good to me. And just blowjob camera at the moment. I haven't watched the docu yet, but I will burn through most of them when I was down with C19. Well, I'm glad you've fought your way out of that with your bear-like resilience and primal instincts. Shit, man. More people now that I know are getting COVID all of a sudden. It's weird, isn't it? Weird, absolutely weird. And I'm just watching the old Bar Rescue on Prime, says Craig. I need to watch that. You're a failure. You're a failure. That's all I know from that. Anyway. God, 10 people watching a stream. That's I've hit double digits. That doesn't happen very often. Rightfully so. So yeah, you never know. There may be live streams over the weekend if we go to certain like tap rooms and stuff. The Cloud War cool. Is Paul going to be there, or will it just be like other employees? But no, that should be good. That should be good. I'd imagine you're going to have some pretty damn good beers being poured on that night. So yeah, that's it, folks. I'm going to end this stream now because I can feel the phone call imminently approaching and disrupting the stream. But yeah, I might pop on over to Jimmy O on his live stream a little bit later. We shall see. But yeah, 2 fantastic beers from Track. Place an order with them. Nationwide delivery. Definitely try Sonoma. Just a beautiful, beautiful beer. Really, really is. And that table beer is really damn good as well. And Paul's just getting up from work. Getting up from work, I should say. He works hard for the money. So hard for the money. He works hard for the money and never lets you down. I don't know. Paul's about as Donna Summer as I am, really. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me. Good evening and have a night. Good. I can't speak. Cheers to Jagman. Cheers to Craig. Cheers to Goldrake. Cheers to Albert Einstein himself. Cheers to Thomas. Cheers to Craig. And cheers to Paul. Did anybody else join the live stream? I've said cheers to Thomas. Cheers to Brett. Thank you all for watching. And yeah, I shall see you soon. And you might see some live streams while we're in Liverpool. You too, Jagman. Hope all is well. And yeah, bye-bye for now.